Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Wizard of Legend. Honestly, we've been in a little bit of a rut. We made some progress, maybe like 5 or 6 episodes ago, and then we've kind of been in this, you know, die on the 3rd level sort of cycle over and over. All Arcana. You know what? We have 140 orbs, gems, crystals, jewels, spherical, geometrical shapes of precious metals. I'm gonna buy a bunch of stuff here. We've had Voltaic Needle before. I think I actually liked it. Mock Stunner. Can we afford anything else? No. Not while also getting 200 gold. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. And I'm gonna pick like 4 random numbers. I'm not gonna use random.org because it's like, it doesn't need to be that rigorous, okay? So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 14. We'll say it's between 1 and 20. Give you a 14, 17, 4, I was going to say 1, but then I felt like 1 was not random because we used 1 last time, but that's a fallacy about randomness. Now I've forgotten all 4 numbers, so we're going to do between 1 and 10. Although we might have 12 Arcana, 15 Arcana. Yeah, 1 and 15. Tell you what, give me a 7, 9, 3, 5. So we'll go start at the top here. 7, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bolt Rail. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good dash. I like it. 3. Searing Crown. Blast away enemies with a burning halo of flames. Never used it. 5. It's going to be a Wind Arcana. Whirling Tornado. I don't know. Does it say blast away enemies? Blast away enemies around you with a burning halo of flames. Unleash a protective vortex of fierce winds. It seems like there's a bad thing about this. That was pretty cool. Which is that we have 2 attacks pretty much entirely designed to blast enemies away from us, to be like a space creator. But we are going to start with 200 gold here, and we'll see how things go, you know? What have I learned? I should be much more cautious about the kind of Arcana gambits that I take. We're getting to the point where, you know, I think our play has been relatively okay. Occasionally we have one floor that completely craps the bed. This is what I mean when I say that we have a situation we have just a few too many relics that are doing exactly the same thing, but we should have a lot of protection from it, so there is that. And by the way, we are rolling signature rockets, so, or whatever the heck it's called. So we're not going to get extra gold like we would if we had Glove of Midas, but on the other hand, we are going to get a lot of signature charges. Ah, this is horrendous. These guys can still hit me. Even when I am using, oh, we do have a little AoE there almost, but these guys can still hit me even when I'm doing my fire charge. So we gotta be real cautious, like. Signature and see how this goes. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you right off the bat, what do I like about this? More Arcana. I think that's what we need on floor 1. In order to feel like we got a good chance of success here. Hey, thank you. HP is doing fine. Could be better, but, you know, it's taken us a little while to get used to the run in general, and I think that that's acceptable. Buy some Arcana on this floor. Preferably something that, you know, it'd be nice if we can get, like, a cycle. Like, push enemies away, suck them in, and then push them away again. Alright, we'll do it like this then. You're very lucky. I can do this all day. There we go. We're gonna have a lot of gold. Like an actual lot of gold. I never should have stood still there. So it's plausible, and I mean this sincerely, we might be able to buy 2 Arcana. Searing Crown upgraded was real cheap. Flames last longer, dealing more damage. Not really sure how I feel about that, but then we do have a Pulse Agent as well. And I mostly bought this because it's another Arcana. I think the earlier we get that, the better. But I also bought it because we don't have any Aqua Arcana, and whether correct or otherwise, I do for some reason feel like that's an important thing for us to have. There's two... I know this guy's got to go. I'm just trying... It's a bit of a delicate situation. We got 2 free relics there. So the Mirror Shield is like, it blocks 1 projectile and then goes on cooldown and then comes back eventually. And then the Combo Gloves give us an extra combo, which I assume is the game's way of saying... Combos go like 1 turn long, or 1 attack longer, I should say. Okay, terrible start. In a decision that's probably gonna rattle some people, I think I am probably gonna buy HP on the first floor. Although, ooh, extra fire and lightning damage is also real nice. We can fight the boss. We're at like minimum mob levels. You see the extra attack we got at the end there? I thought I saw... Oh, that was just horrendous. Get out of there, dude. I thought I saw like an extra lightning attack. It might have actually just been me getting confused and it being the water agent's attack. Okay, so Horsehead is just faster movement, right? Equestria Cap? Oh, you gallop to max speed with ease, which I'm assuming means that you get to your maximum speed with less running required. Which is more useful, I think, than you might originally consider. Not so useful necessarily against basic enemies, but against bosses, like council bosses, we're running all the time. So you want to buy trash relics. Unfortunately for you, I don't think I really have any trash relics. Now, I might be mistaken because I don't really know how to evaluate the relics in the game. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy HP. Be back at full HP when we head into the next floor. I like this, even though I talk about how it's better to probably buy relics or even better Arcana than it is to buy HP. But keep in mind, I haven't beaten the game yet, and it's been out for a little while now. I'm definitely a little bit behind the curve. But in our own way... I like to think we're making progress, you know? I would not dislike to upgrade our Searing Dash. That's something we've done in the past. I think that probably it's more advantageous for us to pick up a relic. But if we can do both, we might as well do both. Because it adds... Oh, that was such a bad attack there. If we upgrade the dash, it adds an explosion to the end, which could be worth something. Cursed. That's just it right there, cursed. Hey, can you come over here? Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. You may not believe it whatsoever, and you know what? I appreciate your skepticism, but I was... Did I say skepticism? Your skepticism, but I was actually like, you know what? I bet our Aqua Agent will go over there and... handle this for us. 475 gold, or sorry, 475 HP is fine. And we're 60% of the way through the floor real quickly here. 132 is our gold count. That's enough to get the upgraded dash. Kind of an embarrassing amount of HP loss there. Yeah, I do feel like the run is missing something. I'm not completely sure what that something is yet, but... Oh! For some reason I was like, wow, 2 shopkeepers in 1 room. This is my lucky day. 170 gold. We buy upgraded dash right away. See, now I got other things running in my head. I'm like, maybe it would be for the best if we didn't buy the upgraded dash and instead bought an R Arcana just to give us a little bit more killing power, because I really feel like my metric for whether or not I want to buy Arcana pretty much comes down to, am I ever sitting around waiting for cooldowns? And the answer right now is a little bit. I really like the right-click's ability to protect us. Like, I've been using that as an offensive maneuver, but it seems like it's more advantageous at actually, like, stopping projectiles from hitting us. I mean, you can see what I mean, hopefully, here. Like, this fight went very, very well. We might even get back to, like, nearly full HP. Not quite. We did get the Infinity Gauntlet. Allows you to destroy enemy projectiles with melee basic Arcana. So, apparently, you know what? Give me Mercury Sandals. Thesis on defense is, like, the more times you get hit, the more your armor goes up. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. 200 damage reduces all damage taken by 1. I'm willing to give it a try. And we're just gonna hope that we get an Arcana, hopefully from the boss fight here. Let me caffeinate up a little. Feeling a little bit better about this, but absolutely could use an R Arcana that gives us the ability to kill enemies. Just something with, like, I feel like it's rude to ask for this. It's like asking for a, you know, a PS4 for Christmas from your uncle or something like that. You know, it's not even your parent, it's your uncle. Like, what has your uncle got to give you the most extravagant gift on your list, you know? Yeah. That was really decent. But, hey, give me a Incredible Arcana, please. Okay, immediately got hit. You know, I would consider those projectiles, but obviously, like, the game feels differently, and that's okay. Should be using that Aqua Arcana way more frequently, I think. This should do it. Just get out, just hit her. Just hit her a little bit, you got her. Dude, that was an acceptable fight to an enormous degree. Feeling pretty solid. We did get an Arcana. It's Rippling Rupture, but upgraded. Rupture the earth with rapidly tunneling vines to continually damage enemies in a line. Increases rippling duration and distance covered by vines. Okay, so we send enemies away from us. But, again, we already have, like, 3 Arcana now in this genre of pushing enemies away from us. Still, we're going down to the 2nd floor on full HP, which is something that hasn't happened in a while. Or nearly full HP, where are we at? Give it a second. Sometimes it's like, it's spinning up the hard disk, it's looking for memory addresses, it takes a second. Yeah, full HP. 26 gold, obviously, you know, oh, hello. I'd love to be, sending a little bit more gold down here. He almost got me. Giving ourselves a better chance to be able to purchase stuff, but in terms of HP, you couldn't ask for more. I have no idea what many of those do. Oh, this would be sick. Okay, so how do we do this? Probably we hit you with, like... I don't think I can get you quite yet. And that's, like, a little bit of a negative, but I think our current Arcana loadout is just, like, not quite... you know what? It might be there. I might just need to be a little bit more optimized. I don't think I summoned the Water Arcana at all. Let's try it again. I guess we could go up there with a signature charged as well, but we gotta run real quick. And, like, immediately, I got a signature and was like, well, I gotta use that. What an idiot. Okay, let's come up here and try it again. Because if you give me an Arcana, that could really change things. We could afford to get rid of a lot of them right now without really, putting ourselves out in the very least. Nope, he still, made it through that, huh? Yeah. We have just, I think we have okay defensive arcana. You know, arcana that help us destroy enemy projectiles and create situations in which we're less likely to get hit. We're suffering a little bit in the raw damage output department. I definitely want to purchase an upgraded water pulse agent. Right now, I think that's my highest priority on the floor. Well, we still have most of the enemies alive. Help! I looked at it and I was like, is this good? And the answer is no, this is not good. Now, about these guys. Something like this, followed by something like this. Mission accomplished. Really lucky you guys didn't decide to, you know, come in here and help your friends. It's not going to get you invited to any, you know, dinner parties, bar mitzvahs, etc., but you know that nobody comes before #1 attitude. It served me well against you. It's going really well. It's usually something we say right before we take a bunch of damage. Dude, I hate these vines. I think those are priority #1 to get rid of. We're up to 130 gold. That seems a little light for where we're at in this floor. I would expect to be a lot higher than that. I hate this room. This room is poison. I love this room for the HP that it's given us. I hate it because of the layout. Well, let's see what the enhanced version of this does, because we're only going to be able to do one thing here. Adds more water blobs for a wider spread shot. Why not? Why not? So that's in purple, probably, or pink. Grab that. Little light on gold on this floor. It's like the vines stun enemies for like a microsecond. Okay, you certainly got over your stun real quick. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know why I go for that, like, second attack. Like, it's ever gonna be the right call for me to be just a little bit more aggressive. Either way, what did we get? HP to a certain extent. We got a little bit of gold. Generally speaking, I'm coming back with this strategy right here, which is if we can go down to the next floor with 100% HP, why wouldn't we? You know, as long as we're not overhealing by like 70. And then we start the next floor with a fresh start, and if things go terribly wrong, we do have the ability to buy a heal again. It's weird because, like, I don't feel like the run is particularly great. But I also see nothing that, like, indicates it's destined to fail. So I'm in this weird position of being like, I'm optimistic, but should I be? I do not know. One of the smartest plays I've ever made there. To actually, like, willfully destroy enemy projectiles. So Royal Flush is not going to be that good for us. Raspberry Cookie Box is a top-tier relic, I think. But we also have the opportunity to upgrade our Bolt Rail. So it's a bit of a decision. What are the relics, in case you're curious? Raspberry Cookie Box gives more health drops. And, of course, upgraded Bolt Rail just makes our basic better. And we're struggling. Oh my god, I didn't go back for the llama on the last floor. Alright, so my bad. At least, you know, this time I noticed the mistake that was made. A lot of times I'll just, like, leave behind an elemental chest and not even recognize it. At least this time, I'm, like, cognizant of my failure. It's like when you hand in a test And then instantly you're like, wait a minute, did I put down that Avogadro's number is 6.03 times 10 to the 23? Oh no! Nothing like using your ult to hit a single enemy. And I gotta be honest, I don't dislike the cursed items, and especially on paper, a lot of them I'm like, yeah, that's a great effect. But I think being a little overly aggressive with them recently has contributed to our relative lack of success. So that's more of an indication of me being bad than it is an indication of the items being bad. But you know, it's like in Isaac. If you're a brand new player, those deals with the devil are probably going to rally you a little bit. Now, I'm making one major mistake on this run. I need to be summoning, and I did do it this time, but I need to be summoning the water agent substantially more frequently. This one's easy. All we're doing is trying to keep ourselves going until we get our signature charge. Now it's unnecessary. Hopefully we can fight enemies in this room, or go to the boss fight and immediately use the signature. Please spawn. Okay, you got me many times. Congratulations. Yet another signature. That didn't go so badly. It started a little weak. Got better. Alright, 302 gold. 93% of the floor done. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, let's see how much gold we can get to. Because I think... Alright. I thought that... It's 175 and then another 175. 150. Dude, frozen bait looks sick. But I think we're better off getting the health. And then the idea is that in the future that can lead to us getting... and I don't know, dude. Do we want to go Thundering Chain? Over the vines that I never use? I think I do. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Ooh. My thinking being, the more HP that drops, the less we have to buy, the more we save money to buy relics in the future. So it's kind of an economic decision as well as survival. 22 minutes in, I would say this is among the strongest, or at least, not among the strongest necessarily, but among the safest we've been at this point in the game. So we would expect our water agent to be essentially useless here. Oh, maybe that's how you get through the attack. You just get behind it. Lightning, a little better against this boss. No ultis, please. Thank you. Seemed to go pretty well. You know you got an ulti coming this time. Oh, I deflected one and then just got bodied by the rest of them. I got super cocky there. I think you got one more attack. Yeah. Honestly, that went really well. If I hadn't been bodied by the ultimate, would have been even better, but no complaints there. That's a basic, right? Spark contact. Final blow creates a shocking electric blast. I kind of think, why not, you know? Let's roll with an upgraded basic right off the bat. So we got Earth Guy coming up. Probably the hardest council boss, I think. Different people might have different preferences, but, you know, this one is, feels to me like it's the culmination of a lot of our hard work finally coming together. Like, I feel like... Oh! Not so bad. I feel like this is not the strongest offensive run we've ever had, Or even close to it, really. No, 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 no. But we're making do, and honestly, as a result of like committing to this variety that we've done, I really think we've done ourselves a great service. You know, because we're comfortable using a variety of relics now. Bouncing Blaze, I don't think we want to buy Arcana at this point. Not because we think Arcana's bad, but because the Arcana selection in there was not particularly strong. Now here, he always takes our third Arcana, so we're going to give him trash and see if we get something. He took our other one this time. But I love a lot of the ones that he's got on offer there. Searing Blaze would be my favorite, I think. Let's go fourth. Stalwart Defenders, so I think that this trade was maybe still fine. Knights jump in place for a secondary shock after their initial leap. Yo, we have definitely never used this one. I probably will. Oh, dude, if we can get a Chaos Shop, we can complete both parts of the poem. I have no idea what that does for me, but I love transformations and, you know, synergistic items and stuff like that in these sorts of games, so. This is one of the times, you know, I think that we actually got really lucky on the Arcana Gambit and got something more than we normally would. Or than we already had, I guess. Taking some real trash damage. Like, that in particular was horrendous. We will buy a heal on this floor. And I don't feel too bad about it, but kind of a cautionary tale for the future, you know? We're focusing way too much on what we're doing, not nearly enough on what enemies are doing. And, when they body us, they body us endlessly. Just stay frosty for now. It's not so bad. Wow, we should have had them, like, lights out. Now we're in this position, we need, like, ooh, wind, heal, water. It's a bad one. Because we... Wait a minute. We can definitely do wind, we just can't do water, right? So it would be like wind, lightning, water. Please! Is it worth opening? Well, we'd have to buy a water Arcana, and as you might expect, I didn't really pay close enough attention to know if we have a water Arcana available. I still think your summoned agents should do damage to those, but I understand it's a bit of a corner case. We might even want to heal before the boss fight. There's not much reason to waiting. We're not going to get 300 HP from the boss, so... So the big negative over losing our right click, and again, I still think it was largely a big positive, but the big negative over losing our right click is the fact that we no longer can we just right click and destroy all incoming projectiles. 131 gold. We also get cheaper relics now. Maybe, you know, we got a chance over here. Stanza of Frost. Stanza. I'm gonna take the default like armor increaser. It's cheap. I don't know what the other relics do. Anything that increases aqua damage is going to be like very secondary to my goals. Tangential to the curve right now. I think we got a very decent shot. Come here, please. A very decent shot of being able to fight the third boss. Perhaps we'll do an okay job being able to get to the final boss. Once we get to the final boss, who knows, okay? I would love to give you a vote of confidence, but, you know, the final boss, pretty tough. I think, at least. I'm making a very key mistake, which is whenever I, like, accidentally run into enemies, I basically let them ambush me by doing an attack that takes way too long. Like, we should always, in situations like that, open with something quick. And definitely don't just stand there during that. Like, that's the one that's probably done, like, 200 damage to us over the course of the game so far. I am happy, though. We got our armor up through a couple of different sources. The treatise on defense is one. See, that much better situation there? What we did is the enemies were coming. We just said, hey, let's throw out, like, a basic attack. It'll buy us a little bit of time. Instead of doing, like, well, the optimal situation would be if we used our R to do a thundering chain, and then... If nothing else, I think we've kind of put the, you know, the tragedy of the past few runs behind us. Could be doing a much better job. Particularly, I'm not summoning the agent as often as I should. Hey guys, hey, hello. Turns out there's a lot of you here. Yo. I hate to do this, but had to be done. Oh, you are a sneaky dude. Like, nice. That was actually really good. I could have so easily been hit there, and thankfully instead smartened up a little bit. I think I deflected it right back at him. I know we got all these new arcana. It's hard for me to say yes to these right now. Hello? You know, we've committed to these like over the course of an entire run, the ones we've already got, so I don't want to leave with gold. Seems to me the most likely outcome here will probably be... Oh, that felt really, really good. The most likely outcome here will probably be buying HP and maybe a mid-price relic. We have to buy the HP. And then we got 100 and something. Wanderer's Mechanism, Augur of Poetry. Why not? Let's try it. Increases resistance to earth-based attacks. It's kind of convenient timing, although I'm not sure how useful it's going to be, you know, once we beat this boss. The boss coming up next, to be clear, not the boss we're facing right now. Okay. Oh, hey. Terrible, terrible performance. Terrible performance. Better. Closer. Warmer. Stop running. Oh! Was I button mashing? No, you were button mashing. Well, I would have loved to have seen more HP than that, but to me right now, it would be a disappointment if we were unable to make it through Earth Boss, but we'll see how the world strikes us after that point. So Earth Boss, we know his attacks. He's got a couple, like particularly his ult is a little difficult. That time I got stuck on a tree. Decent. Horribly, horribly undecent. I wanted to say indecent, but I don't think that's really how that works. So don't get me wrong, I want to use my signature. Oh my god. Again, we gotta make it through this guy. This is the position we want to be in for that attack. We're gonna live, but dude, we are in a real rough spot for this final boss. Glacial Cross. Ah, that's where you run into the enemy and get yourself killed. Alright. Either way, I want to say, sure, we're probably done. But we genuinely, I think we did pretty well today. And you know, it's a learning endeavor. Let's not get too disappointed yet, you know? So I think for this boss, it's a great opportunity for us to learn a little bit. What do we need to learn? In particular, how to deal with those projectiles. And I think the way that we're going to do so is rely on our elite beat agent to go out there and do some damage wherever possible. And the same thing, phase 2 is like even more of a disaster for us on average, at least. Of the one time we've done it. I think it also would be nice to have a, help me? Help me? Let me get that health, please. I was saying health me. Let's go, there's a little bit more HP. So this is what I mean, these things have got to go. So just take your time. Get out here and destroy these. Okay, clearly taking your time is idiotic. But we have destroyed all the... Oh my god. Oh my god, we have 4 HP. Oh, we had a brief window. Okay, we deserve to die there. We did almost no damage in phase 2. Complete capitulation, but a great run overall. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps us a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. That was a good one.